at it both from a prop tech company perspective as well as the CRE industry. And I'll start with the CRE industry. I look at it from kind of an innovation bell curve where you've got early adopters, you've got late stage adopters, you've got folks that are pioneering. And I would say we're kind of reaching that point in the bell curve where the mainstream are starting to become early adopters. And I think you're seeing that for a number of reasons. One, PropTech's been around long enough to where folks can actually touch and feel it at this point, that it's not just this kind of nebulous idea. And interestingly, in the Altus innovation report that we just produced, more than half of the respondents, and this was 400 executive level commercial real estate folks across the industry globally, more than half, almost 2/3 actually, are investing in prop tech companies themselves. And so I think that the industry knows enough that this is going to be fairly disruptive. And so they're starting to make those investments themselves. And this is not just investing in products and services. I mean, this is investing in the companies themselves. And I think that that's important to note. Without a doubt, there are two that come to mind. The first is mixed reality, and the second is blockchain. And mixed reality, for folks that don't know, is really a combination of virtual and augmented reality, but an iteration above that. So it's taking the virtual world, overlaying it on the real world. And when you think about the way that most folks interact with real estate, whether it's residential or commercial, the ability to sit in an office and explore and live and touch and feel a property a world away, not just seeing it in a virtual world, but literally being able to experience it, the sights, the sounds, in some cases even the temperature, shadowing from a certain part of the day. Living inside of that kind of mixed reality is really going to change a lot, and it's going to be fairly disruptive. I think we're already starting to see some of that on the residential side, but taking that technological leap that is really the core of real estate, which is helping you really feel better about the analytics side of it, but really getting that gut feel, being able to do that from anywhere in the world, I think is going to be a game changer. Without a doubt, anybody that is at risk of being commoditized. I mean, at its core, disintermediation is getting rid of the middleman. And if folks take a step back and think about where they fit inside of commercial real estate, brokers come to mind. Whether you're leasing space, whether you are helping someone buy or sell a building, whether you're serving as a broker in the lending space and financing, all of those have the potential to be disrupted significantly. If you think about the 90s, when E-Trade became more prominent, and we're here in New York City, so I can relate this to Wall Street. My father was a stockbroker for many years, and he talks about the disintermediation that arose from these online trading platforms like E-Trade. That was birthed, I think, in the early 80s, 1982. Mid-1990s, it became commonplace, and that was incredibly disruptive for the equities market. It's this idea of a democratization of data, which I use that phrase quite a bit. It gave people equal access to information in a platform that allowed them to make decisions and transact trades that frankly were kept lock and key by a limited number of individuals.